हाँ क्या शुरू करो.
Dear student, today we will discuss the analysis of governor. That is the first rule of down. So we already discussed what is the function of governor. So governor maintain the constant engine speed or governor maintain the constant prime mover speed. Prime mover is nothing but the power generating device. So it is necessary to maintain constant engine speed or constant prime mover speed. So that's why governor is used to maintain constant engine speed. So first we discuss the working of governor. See the diagram. So generalized working diagram of governor. It has two upper link, two lower link. This upper link and lower link are intersecting to each other at a point, and at that point, governor ball are attached. Or you can say that second most important component of governor is governor ball. So governor ball is attached at the intersection point of upper link and lower link. This lower link is connected to sleeve. These two lower links are connected to sleeve. Two upper links are fixed to a fulcrum point. Fixed point or fulcrum point. Link O is fixed or fulcrum point. Now see, the spindle or governor shaft is connected to engine shaft. The spindle or governor shaft is connected to engine shaft via bevel gear, that is meshing of two bevel gear is used so that engine speed is transmitted to governor shaft, that is engine speed engine shaft speed is transmitted to spindle via final drive. Now this final drive is nothing but a meshing of two bevel gear. For example, see this bevel pinion, that is small gear is called as pinion. This bevel pinion is connected to prime mover shaft or engine shaft. For example, if our prime mover is internal combustion engine, then to this bevel pinion crankshaft is connected because crankshaft is the output shaft of engine. So speed from crankshaft is transmitted to bevel pinion to bigger bevel gear like crowd wheel, you can say that, or from this crown wheel or bigger bevel gear, it is transmitted to spindle or governor shaft. Late, this is the position of spindle or governor shaft. Thus, engine speed is transmitted to bevel pinion, from bevel pinion to bigger bevel gear, from bigger bevel gear to governor shaft. So, this is the governor shaft. Now, governor will maintain the constant speed by regulating the fuel supply. That is, if load on engine is more, suppose load on engine increasing. So if load on engine is more, then speed of engine shaft is less. So let Nm is the main engine speed, but when load on engine is more, speed of engine shaft is lesser. So to achieve Nm, speed should be increased. So how to increase the speed? So this sense of speed, this sense of speed of engine shaft is first conveyed to spindle, that is governor shaft, and this governor shaft is connected to sleeve, and the sleeve will give sense to the fuel supply system. Now this is the fuel supply system, in which important component of fuel supply system is the throttle. So in a fuel supply system, working fluid will be entered here, and working fluid or fuel will be leaving to the fuel supply system. This fuel is directly supplied to the engine. Okay. For example, if I am considering the internal combustion engine, suppose petrol engine, and this fuel will be first transmitted to the carburetor, from carburetor to the engine cylinder. For example, CI engine, that is diesel engine, fuel will be supplied to the fuel injector. From fuel injector, it is given to the engine cylinder. See student, so how governor will control the engine speed? Okay, that we are going to discuss. For example, we are considering the minimum speed of engine is achieved. That is, when load is more, speed will be less. That is, speed of engine will be less, and less speed will be sensed by spindle. What will happen? This governor ball are moving in a inward direction. Governor ball are moving in a inward direction. Since governor ball are moving in an inward direction, centrifugal force, as speed is lesser, centrifugal force is lesser. Due to lesser centrifugal force acting on governor ball are moving in an inward direction. Due to inward movement of governor ball, what will happen? This sleeve is moving in a downward direction. So, movement of sleeve is in a downward direction. So, this downward movement of sleeve will be given to the throttle system. That is, this downward movement of sleeve will be conveyed to the throttle wall of fuel supply system via belt crank lever. So, belt crank lever is nothing but the assembly of three rods. Rod number 1, rod number 2, rod number 3. So, belt crank lever is the assembly of three rods. So, the sleeve movement, that is downward movement of sleeve will be given to the throttle. So what will happen? Throttle gradually opens. That is, opening of throttle gradually opens. Total opening gradually opens. So extra fuel will be supplied. Extra fuel will be supplied to engine. So if extra fuel is supplied to the engine, what will happen? Load on the engine will decrease. If extra fuel is supplied to the engine, then load on the engine decreases. So speed of engine will increase. That is the speed of the engine is increased, and that will be attained to a mean speed or constant speed. So this is the case when load on the engine is more. Now vice versa case we will discuss. Suppose load on the engine is less. When load on the engine is less, what will happen? Engine speed is more than that of the mean speed. So in that case, this maximum speed or the higher speed than that of the air will be given to spindle. Second case we will discuss, that is if load on engine is less. So if load on the engine or prime mover is less, what will happen? Speed of engine shaft is more. So this speed of engine shaft, more speed of engine shaft will be given or conveyed to the governor shaft via final time. So as spindle is moving at high speed and spindle is moving at high speed, what will happen? More centrifugal force is acting on governor ball. More centrifugal force, that is more FC, is acting on governor ball. So it will move. So it will move the governor ball in outward direction. So, more FC. So governor ball will be moving in an outward direction. Due to this outward movement, the sleeve will move in a upward direction. Sleeve movement will be in a upward direction. This upward movement of sleeve will be conveyed to the throttle via main flank lever. Upward movement of sleeve is conveyed to the throttle wall. So what will happen? This throttle wall gradually closes. That is gradually closing of throttle wall. Since there is gradually closing of throttle wall, lesser fuel will be supplied to the engine. So as lesser fuel is supplied to the engine, the speed of the engine again achieve nearer to the main speed. So thus governor will give the indication to the fuel supply system. So by regulating the fuel, we can maintain the constant engine speed. So constant engine speed is maintained. So student, you might have a question. Either this governor is the essential component. My dear student, see, governor is the essential component as per prime mover are concerned. Another question from my side. Flywheel, what you say? Flywheel is the essential, that is the compulsory element. In final exam, question may be asked between differentiate between flywheel and governor. That is assignment for you. Just analyze the difference between flywheel and governor. Only one hint will give to you. Flywheel is not at all the essential component, but governor is the essential component as per prime mover or engine are concerned. So governor can be used in internal combustion engine, may be used in a turbine, steam engine, may be used in an electric motor. So next we will discuss classification of mechanical governor. Students, this is the working of mechanical governor. Various different types of mechanical governor. See, mechanical governor are classified into two categories: inertia governor and centrifugal governor. Now, centrifugal governor are included as per our syllabus is concerned. So, centrifugal governor, first category is pendulum type governor. So, example of pendulum type of governor is the van governor. So, second category of centrifugal governor, loaded type governor. First governor of loaded type is deadweight loaded governor and spring loaded governor. That is deadweight governor and spring controlled governor. So again, deadweight governor are classified into two categories: Porter governor, Crowell governor. Spring controlled governor are classified into four categories: Hartnell governor, Harton governor, Wilson Hartnell governor, Pickering governor. So student, as per our academic is concerned, only we are discussing Porter governor, Crowell governor and Hartnell governor. So one problem may be either on Porter governor, Crowell governor or Hartnell governor. Student, just I will explain the construction and working details of governor. This is the setup of universal governor apparatus. So in this setup, I attach the Porter governor. See, why Porter governor? Across the spindle, the weight is attached. dead weight is attached. If I will remove this dead weight, then corresponding governor will be the bad governor, that is the pendulum type of governor. If I will remove this weight, so same setup will becomes the bad governor. Since weight is attached across spindle, this is the Porter governor. So second clarification of Porter governor. See the position of governor ball. So in Porter governor, position of governor ball is at the intersection point of upper link and lower link. We will discuss only one half of governor. Generally, arrangement of governor ball and arm is symmetric. I will consider left half. See, upper link, lower link. Upper link also called as arm. So upper link, lower link, extension of upper and lower link. That is the position of governor ball. Now see, upper link is connected to fixed point, that is fulcrum. Lower link is connected to sleeve. Lower link is connected to sleeve. This is the spindle. So this spindle or governor shaft is connected to a prime ball. As per our setup is concerned, your electric motor is prime mover. So motor shaft is connected to spindle via belt line. So if speed of motor is increasing, what will happen? Speed of spindle will be more or increasing. And at this condition, more force will be acting at governor ball. That is centrifugal force acting at the center of governor ball will be more. So governor ball will move in outward direction. So sleeve will move in a upward direction. So that upward movement will be sensed to fuel supply system. Here, this upward movement will be given to the voltage regulator. So by adjusting the current or by adjusting the voltage, we can maintain the constant prime mover speed. Understand the construction and working, student? So setup of Powell governor. So this is the upper link, this is the lower link. So at the extension of lower link, governor balls are attached. I will discuss this construction details of Powell governor later. Only remember at the extension of lower link, governor balls are attached. Other construction and working same as that of the Porter governor. So in Powell governor, only modification, that is position of governor ball at the extension of lower link. Now see, this is the setup of Hartnell governor. Now in Hartnell governor, upper and lower link are replaced by belt clank lever. Upper and lower link are replaced by belt clank lever, and spring is attached. Instead of dead weight, spring is attached across the spindle. Okay, this setup I will attach to universal governor apparatus, and we will see the variation of speed versus, that is variation of spindle speed versus sleeve lift. So if speed of spindle is more, what will happen? This governor ball will move in outward direction. So this says will be conveyed to engine. So automatically engine speed will be attained to its mean value. So student, see the schematic diagram of Porter governor. Porter governor and band governor. So to understand the working of total governor. First I will discuss VAT governor. Now only one half I have considered, that is left half. See, this is the upper link. So upper link is connected to governor ball and fulcrum point or fixed point. Lower link as attachment to spindle, that is sleeve and governor rod. This is the axis of spindle. Only line diagram I have drawn. So various forces acting on VAT governor. So on upper link there will be tension. On lower link some tension but negligible. At the center of governor law, centrifugal force is acting, that is outward in direction. Weight of governor ball acts in a downward direction, that is mg. So Fc, we already know the magnitude of centrifugal force. Fc is mr omega square. So here m is the mass of governor ball, r is the radius of governor, and w is the angular velocity of spindle. You can say that. Now see student, my aim is to derive the relation between speed, that is w or n. W is the angular velocity, n is the velocity in RPM, that is revolution per minute or revolution per second. So my aim is to derive the relation between speed of governor and height of governor. Now the important terminology of governor we will discuss. Radius of governor. Radius of governor, it is the distance between center of governor and axis of spindle. I will repeat. Radius of governor, it is the distance between center of governor ball and axis of spindle. Second, h is the height of governor. So height of governor, it is the distance between fulcrum point and center of governor. So h is the distance between O and center of governor. That is h. Alpha, it is the inclination between upper link and vertical axis, or upper link and spindle axis, you can say. Beta, it is the inclination of lower link with vertical. Now, by using equilibrium method, so in engineering mechanics, you already studied the resolution of forces. Forces we have resolved. To resolve the forces along x and y direction, so you will get the relation speed and height. Here simply what I will do, I will take moment at point O. By taking moment at point A, I will get FCH is equal to mg into r. Okay, h and r are the radial distance. Okay, from corresponding forces. So by simplifying this, so Fc mr omega square h mg into r. So W 2 pi m by 60 h m. Value of g I will put on 9.81 r. So what I will get, the relation, by simplifying this expression, I will get h is equal to 895 by n square. 895 by n square. Understand the student? Simple mechanics and mathematics. The same expression here I have written. That is h is equal to 895 by n square. So, student, for your information, just I have done the motion analysis for bad governor, so that you can understand the analysis for Porter governor. So next we will discuss the analysis for Porter governor. Simple diagram of Porter governor. Student, I have defined two upper link, two lower link, sleeve. This is the axis of spindle line diagram I have drawn. Position of governor generally symmetric. So forces FC. Suppose I will consider only one half, okay, for analysis. Same analysis you can apply for the remaining half. Mg acting vertically downward, that is weight of the governor ball. Fc is the centrifugal force which is acting at the center of governor ball. Alpha, inclination of upper link with respect to vertical. Similarly, beta, inclination of lower link with vertical. R, radius of governor. H, height of governor. Now see, here simply I am adding dead weight so that bad governor will be converted into Porter governor. Now student, see line diagram for Porter governor, okay? So I will derive the relation by the instantaneous center method. So location of instantaneous center you already studied in COM, that is during velocity analysis of 4-bar mechanism or during velocity analysis of single slider gang mechanism or double slider gang mechanism. This analysis you are done by using instantaneous center. The various instantaneous center you have located. So here instantaneous center for upper link I am locating. So see the instantaneous center for upper link. I will extend the upper links, dotted line, extension with dotted line I have shown, and point B is the end point of lower link. This point B may lie on spindle axis or may not be lie on spindle axis. See, position of point B is important. Position of point B. Point B may lie on spindle axis or may not lie on spindle axis. Here I have shown there is some clearance between this point B and axis of spindle. So beta inclination of lower link with vertical. So this point B, from point B, line perpendicular to the spindle axis. Line perpendicular to the governor shaft I have drawn. So this line somewhere intersect at point R. That is extension of line AC. Extension of line AC and let extension of line BD. I will get the instantaneous center. Dear students, by taking moment at point R, that is by taking moment about instantaneous center, I will get the relation between W and H, that is speed of governor shaft and governor height. This is angular velocity. So keep the value of W into pi by 60. So we will get the relation between N and H. Why? So in different books, the relation between W and H or the relation between N and H is given. So the finalized relation W and H, just I will repeat, W square is equal to mg, small m. Small m is the mass of governor ball. Small m is the mass of governor ball. So mg plus capital Mg by 2. So capital M is the mass of central load. So capital M is the mass of central load. It is the mass of dead weight, you can say that. So capital M is the mass of dead weight. Why divided by 2? Because for analysis only one half I have considered. So half weight of central load I have considered. So Mg by 2. In bracket 1 plus k. K. Students, k is nothing but it is a ratio between tan beta by tan alpha. Simple derivation. Okay, just go through the various standard reference book. So k is the constant. It is the ratio of tan beta by tan alpha. Beta and alpha will already discussed. So mg by 2, 1 plus k divided by mh. Student, see the numerator consists of small m into g plus capital M into g divided by 2, 1 plus k in bracket 1 plus k, bracket complete, denominator m into h. Derivation may be asked to understand how to derive the relation between W and H or Porter governor. So you can derive the relation between speed and height of governor or Crowell governor. Same approach you can use. Now see, student, in exam generally range of speed of governor will be asked. What is range of speed? So it is the difference between maximum speed and minimum speed. Let n2 is the maximum speed of governor and n1 is the minimum speed of governor. Now see, to calculate, suppose minimum speed n1. So notation, let alpha 1, beta 1, r1, h1, okay, fc1. So one subscript you can take to calculate n1. So for given data, you can calculate n1. So this is w1, k1, h1, okay. So w1. After knowing w1, you can calculate the n1 because w1 2 pi n by, that is 2 pi n1 by 60. So n1 you will get. Similarly calculate n2, that is the position of link are in such a way that when governor executes maximum speed, that is n2, listen student, at maximum speed I am taking R2, H2, alpha 1, beta 1, sorry, alpha 2, beta 2 as a notation. So R2 always greater than R1. H2 less than H1. Alpha 2 greater than alpha 1. Beta 2 greater than beta 1. Remember. So R2 always greater than R1, H2 less than H1. Alpha 2 greater than alpha 1. Beta 2 greater than beta 1. So first we will calculate the minimum speed of governor, maximum speed of governor, then you can calculate the range of speed. So if you understand the working of Porter governor, then same process you can apply for Crowell governor. A line diagram, that is one half of Crowell governor, only I will draw. See student, position of governor wall and the extension of governing and the extension of governing. So in final exam, problem on Crowell governor, that is position of lower wing. Position of lower wing, that is end point of lower wing lying on the spindle axis. That is another position, that is end point of lower wing is not present on spindle axis, that is some error between suppose this point and spindle. This type of problem will not be asked. So I have considered end point of lower wing is lying on a spindle axis. Same, this is beta, alpha, height. See, height, it is the distance between fixed point and center of governor wall. Okay, so it is measured between and center of governor wall. So radius of governor. So it is the distance between center of governor wall and spindle axis. So student, numericals of Porter and Crowell governor are very simple. So if you understand the motion calculation of Porter governor, Crowell governor, it is useful to do the analysis of Hartnell governor. Only upper and lower link are replaced by bell crank lever. Similarly, same analysis we are using. So students, just go through the numericals of Porter, Crowell and Hartnell governor. So after motion analysis, we can calculate the governor report, governor power, then other performance characteristics of governor you can understand. So best of luck. Thank you.